This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
Brought to you by the North Law Firm. For car accidents and negligent security cases, call Joe at 239-337-1191. By Crime Stoppers of Southwest Florida. Report crimes and get paid with nobody knowing your identity. 1-800-700-TIPS. And by Lee Health. Southwest Florida, you're looking live at Fort Myers Beach. It is a spectacular setting, and it is one of the most magnificent beaches in all the world. And Lee Pitts Live is here. We'll be here for a while, taping some shows in the fabulous Diamond Head Beach Resort. Compliments of the chef and compliments of the general manager here, Neil. The accommodations have just been outstanding. We are in the restaurant portion of the hotel, Coast Island Cuisine, and we'll get a chance to talk to the chef here at this fabulous restaurant in this particular show. We'll also get a chance to talk to Amy Zamot, the director of prevention at McGregor Clinic. All that's happening on Lee Pitts Live, and that chef's name is Zach Stockman. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Southwest Florida, to the Diamond Head Beach Resort here, and we're just glad that you stayed with us. Without further ado, let's talk to Amy. Amy, good to get you on Lee Pitts Live for the first time.
I've lost count.
You get a kick of that, right? I got a kick out of that. So, Amy, you have done such an outstanding job. I want to pause and talk about that with your outreach efforts and education effort as it relates to McGregor Clinic and HIV and AIDS in our community. What does it do for you personally to know that you're out there educating and saving lives?
On a personal level, I can honestly say it's beyond rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
I actually view it almost as a ministry.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was called into this field, like this was almost, to use a cliche word, my destiny, my fate. And I love the people we serve. I love this community. I love being able to not have to be stuck behind a desk, but I'm out there impacting lives, knowing that I'm changing people's decision making, and that's super rewarding for me.
Outstanding. Tell me a story. Think about a story that when you think about what you guys do at McGregor Clinic, and when you think about this particular story, it really lets you know that you're fighting a good fight for a good cause.
Absolutely. I have many stories, but one specifically I'm going to tell you about a young lady who found out her status not from us. She found it out from a private physician where there was not a system set up like ours with education and support. And she went through a lot of negativity, really went down a suicidal path, ended up in the hospital. Long story short, she encountered us. We got to work with her one-on-one, became sort of a mentor to her and telling her what her options were, that HIV is not something that will kill you, but that it's chronic, it's manageable, and that we have so many programs available. Fast forward to today, she is a community advocate. She has gone to speak at national forums. She is out there educating others.
Amazing.
And hopefully soon we'll be starting a support group for millennials so that millennials can get on the same page. Because those of us who have been around for a while, we know the change. But some of these new, younger people, they were born in a world, they don't know a world without HIV. And so they're a little more complacent. And so her goal is to reach out to the young people and say, not only is this still around, but it will not destroy you.
I never thought about it like that. The new generation don't even remember when it didn't exist. I would think though that the fact that they don't know when it didn't exist, that they would have a more heightened awareness. But you say they are more complacent. Unpack that for me.
Yeah, it's more like to them it's not a threat. In the world that they grew up, there were medications. In the world that they've grown up, there's treatment. You don't hear about it. It's not in the news. Where in the beginning, you saw faces of people dying of their last stages. You saw wasting disorder. You saw pneumonia. You saw PCP. Now you don't see those things. So in their minds, for the most part, it's not something to worry about. In their minds, you take a pill or you get a shot and everything's good. And that's not the reality.
And you don't want people functioning like that.
Correct.
Well, how do you want them functioning?
I want them to be comfortable. I want to eliminate stigma, but at the same time be aware that it is a long-term illness. It does require taking medications every day for the rest of your life. It does require regular doctor visits. And to a young person, they don't want that kind of disruption. So while it is manageable, it's not a death sentence. We don't want you to have it in the first place. And that's the message we need to get out there.
And June 27th, everybody should be aware of that day because it applies to everybody.
Absolutely.
Why is that? What is June 27th?
That is National HIV Testing Day. That is the day when every partner in this community around the nation is working hard to get people who don't know their status to know their status. Because that's where everything begins. You've got to know where you stand.
Your income is not a barrier, say, if you don't have the money to knowing your status.
Absolutely. No, we test absolutely 100% for free. And so on June 27th, we are actually part of a partnership with Walgreens, as well as We Make the Change, We Are Greater Than AIDS, which is a national campaign. And we're partnering with those two, with our mobile unit at the Walgreens on Carroll Road and 41 in Fort Myers to provide free testing from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. This will be all day long. We have some giveaways. Walgreens is most likely going to be cooking. They're going to be grilling. I mean, we just want the community to come out and know their status.
It's great to be able to get a company like Walgreens to partner with you on things like this.
They have been a huge partner. They have been on board. In fact, Walgreens has specialty pharmacies that specialize in training their staff on HIV issues with regards to medications.
Shout out to Walgreens. Let them see this.
Yes, they're huge.
Walgreens just gave you a free commercial there. You, with your job, you get to do cool stuff. You out there hanging all out in Vegas and everything.
Yes.
But you did a little work while you were in Vegas too.
Well, I did a lot of work.
Before you talked about the work you did in Vegas, did you get to see a show while you were out there?
I did not.
Come on.
No, but
The
we did some
Blue Men
sightseeing.
and
It
all
was
of that.
wonderful.
All right.
No.
But you should have gone. You just go in Paris. I love Paris.
No, I didn't. We took pictures, but my thing was getting the video shots of the Bellagio, the fountain with the water and the lights. It was beautiful.
Okay, now let's talk about the real stuff you were doing.
Absolutely. So we were in Vegas for the Unity Conference, which is a national conference focused on community health work. I don't know if you remember the last time we spoke, I was highlighting our community health worker, which is actually part of our Boston project. That's going to be ending this year. And so the conference was all about how do you sustain that position and further the roles of that position to really help the community. And so our community health worker was with me at that conference. She actually spoke, which is huge because she does not like public speaking. But we were able to highlight the work that she has done here in this community, the way that we've utilized community health work within the clinic, and really kind of lay out a plan for how we plan to expand that. So under the contract, she was working mostly with individuals who were perhaps falling out of care, individuals who maybe weren't doing too well on their treatment. Now we're looking to expand that to where she can actually work with all of our newly diagnosed individuals, where she can work with anybody who's new to our clinic, even if they're coming from a different area. Kind of hold their hand long term to really be a link to make sure they stay in care.
Because I heard you say the word is ending.
The grant is ending. That specific grant is ending.
Okay.
So our commitment is to continue the program regardless of that grant. That's the sustainability piece.
And it was so successful that you just can't let something like that just
we definitely
die.
cannot let it go. Community health workers are an integral part of what we do.
World HIV was undergoing a lot of progress. What has changed there?
There's so much happening in the world of HIV. First of all, our medications are moving forward where we're down to one pill once a day, little to no side effects. And if there are any side effects, you're looking at less than a month of maybe slight side effects, depending on your physical body. That's on the treatment side. But on the prevention side, we're moving into biomedical interventions to where on a national level, the entire community believes we are going to achieve cure within our lifetime. We're going to see it in our lifetime. And that's huge. That's exciting because this was something that in the beginning was devastating by the thousands. And now we're talking about potentially life-saving. We're talking about changing the entire trajectory to where we can take people and stop them from getting HIV. We can change the lifespan of people living with HIV. If we can just eliminate stigma, increase education and testing, we would really make a dent. We would get to zero new infections, new acquisitions.
What is the lifespan of a person living with HIV now?
Exactly the same. If they're on treatment exactly the same as somebody who doesn't live with HIV. That's how far we've come.
And what does it mean when someone says, I'm non-detectable, but I still have it?
That is excellent. So at this point, we don't have a cure. So there's no such thing as having it and then not having it any longer. But if we can get the amount of virus in your body so low that our machines, our technology says it's in there, but I can't tell you how much, it's too small, that we call that undetectable. And it's basically below 200 copies per microliter of blood. When we get to that point, we've now proven scientifically that a person who's HIV positive will not transmit the virus if they are undetectable. That's regardless of condom usage, that's regardless of any type of protection, prophylaxis, nothing. That's just being undetectable. Not only that, but if they're undetectable, we're talking about living a healthy, normal life. This is a time where we had not anticipated 20, 30 years ago.
I see.
And it's so exciting.
When I hear those types of comments, and I don't know if I said that to you before, but when I hear those types of comments, I have even more respect for our scientists and people who come up with all of these medical treatments. Do you feel the same as well?
Absolutely. They're putting in the work. It's because of their hard work day and night, hour after hour, failure after failure. When they finally reach that success, we reap the benefits. Our job is just to take that information out into the community. And I can't do that alone. That's why it's so important to have partnerships like this with you, where we can get the word out. Because somebody has to bear the fruit of all of that labor that the scientists put in.
What should people, with all of these things that you've talked about, what should people take away from this conversation?
I would say get educated, get tested, know your status. If you're positive, get treatment. Earlier the better. And if you're negative, stay negative, but get involved. Help us to educate others. Help us to reach those who don't know their status.
And you don't have to be wealthy like Magic Johnson to get the same types of medics.
You don't have to have a dime. We will sit with you and figure it out.
Okay. Well, keep up the good work. I'm always so proud of the accomplishments that you're having. And is it fair to call you professor now? You're
not
teaching?
Not yet. We're out in the community educating, but we're not on that level yet.
All right. We appreciate your patience here as well. As the saying goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those like Amy and all the fine people at McGregor Clinic who are doing it. We'll be right back to talk to the chef. Hello, everybody. This is Lee Pitts, the host of the award-winning Lee Pitts Live here on Fox 4. We appreciate you watching our show here on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, clicking below. Let everybody else know that they can subscribe as well. Also, when we're on the air on Fox 4, you can also catch us streaming live at 8:30 a.m. in the morning on fox4now.com. Just click on live and you get us all types of ways at your convenience. That's Lee Pitts Live.